to the Gossip Hour. Gossip Hour. Fuck.
Wait, it's still showing offline to me, so I know there's some delay with Twitch,
Refresh.
but I
They're
am
saying
hitting.
it's live.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry, I interrupted your intro.
I don't know.
Oh, now I see it now. Yes.
I'm dealing with
Yes.
so much right now.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, welcome to Gossip Hour.
We have a guest tonight. His name is Frank, I guess.
Hi,
If you want to trade pants, he's your guy.
that's right.
Chat says hi, Frank.
Yes.
So
Hi.
this week we're gonna talk about introductions to the scene and how we've gotten into it and like first records we got, how we came upon it, and just overall our introductions to the scene. We do have a theme. And I'm sure a lot of you have been introduced to the scene with Frank and his Instagram thing. Is that fun to run?
Is it fun?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Every time I try to keep up on my Instagram, I forget in a matter of like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, what's your DMs like on Instagram? I've always
Yeah.
wondered.
A lot of spam.
Yeah, your comments are always going crazy. Your comments are always like, please subscribe to us. We can pay us money and make your posts be popular. It's like, I don't know if you guys know your demographic you're advertising to there.
Yeah, I have to report like 20 spam comments a week,
Oh, really?
but I don't want to turn off commenting to people who I don't follow.
Right.
Like I still want to keep it open, but I hate all the spam comments I get.
Every time I consider starting an account, it seems fruitless. There's like 3 that are really worth it. And there's, they're a dime a dozen at this point. I'm always like, I should take a picture of my stuff. And it's like, well, why would I at this point?
I do appreciate that WannaTradePants is like you're like wordy with your comments. So you don't just post the pictures. You actually post like your impressions and a little background or story with it. It's so much nicer to read than just
just a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some days where I regret that I started that because I feel obligated to do it on every post, and like I started posting twice a day now, and
Oh, so you actually have a schedule?
no, I just like I don't have any schedule. I just type it all up right before I put it up, and that's it. I don't really have anything planned. I just go into my photos and look at
just what do I have?
feel like
What do I want to put up?
Do you like try to find like a medium between like how many vinyls you're gonna post versus like how many CDs you're gonna post? You have like some cool ass Japanese shit.
No, I don't give it any thought, honestly. No, I don't know. I feel like there's times where I post too many of one and not the other, and I don't know. I don't really think about it until it's all there and I look at it. I'm like, I don't know how many people care about CDs, but
I feel like since there's so many people that are interested in video game music, there's an appeal that they don't know about because CDs feel like they were such a thing a while ago, and I don't know if there's a revolution with CDs, but I know you love them.
there definitely isn't. Like CDs are super lame now.
They're like getting more expensive though, like overseas, right?
Yeah. I mean, in Japan, people are still really big on CD collecting,
Right.
and Yeah, it can get really expensive. I mean, a lot of the video game soundtracks on CD really only have like one print run, and they don't print them again.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you guess the your number of video game soundtrack CDs you have is roughly?
I really don't. I
It's
don't.
just,
I
it's
don't
just so
know.
far out.
I don't know. Like really, I don't know. I would say somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000, but I don't know.
That doesn't surprise
a whole room
me.
dedicated in your home to your CDs and records.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's a room where all of them are in, but it's really unorganized all the time, and I really have to work on giving it a better presentation.
I feel like after so many, you're just like, you try, and once you even start trying, something new comes up, and it just gets difficult to try to organize around that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it happens so much.
Why is this ledge so hard?
I don't know.
I'm watching
Just
you.
dash. Dash
He
up and
doesn't
get
have
it.
the dash yet.
I don't have
know
it
that.
yet.
I know. I'm being a dick.
Wait, you're playing Mega Man X right now?
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
on stream.
Yeah, that's me. That's me
Oh,
making all the amazing dodges right now.
Look at those big
well, no,
plays.
I'm not watching, but I
Breaking my
I-
heart, Frank.
I can turn it on.
No, I'm just fucking around.
So I think everyone probably their first encounter with VGM outside of video games is probably a CD, right? I know with
Ocarina of Time
NIS
CD.
or with any
Yeah.
pre-orders, I got
yeah.
a free CD with the game I buy. That's I guess where it started for me.
I think the first video game I remember coming with a soundtrack was probably the Lunar games on PS1. That's the first time I recall it.
Well, some of those PS1 games, couldn't you put them in your
Yeah.
computer and just grab the soundtrack from them there?
Wasn't
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, Mega Man X, you could even one of the Mega Man X's, you could get the videos from it by doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's lots of crazy stuff you could find if you put PS1 or Saturn or Dreamcast games into a PC. There's this Tiger Woods game. I think it's Tiger Woods 97 or 98, and if you put it in a PC, there's the whole first episode of South Park is on there. I don't know.
It was just an accident, right? It was just them trying to fill up space or something like that, right?
Yes. No, yeah, that's what it is. It's to fill up disk space so that the game runs smoother or something, but I don't know why they use that.
That is interesting.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever remember getting any games that came with pre-order CDs.
I think Smash Bros. Brawl had one you could get pretty easily.
If you pre-ordered for 3DS or Wii U, or no, that's the next one, yeah.
Oh, right.
One, yeah.
3DS Ocarina of Time had a CD. Smash had a CD. Majora's Mask had a CD. But I think the 3DS version.
Yeah, those CDs you had to send away for though. I don't think they came with them.
Yeah, I think that's what I was too young.
Okay.
Mine were the
to know how
GameStop
the game
pre-orders
system-
actually.
Yeah, I think GameStop had a couple of those. At least.
Yeah, mine were for sure GameStop pre-orders. Actually, a Zelda medley at the end of the Ocarina of Time. It has every song in it, but a different version, all mashed into one giant song at the end of the CD, and it's probably my favorite Zelda song of all time.
Yeah, I think that's the new credit sequence that they added for the 3DS version.
Oh.
The team that worked on the 3DS port specifically.
NIS America is always very generous with their bonus CDs, whenever you even just order their regular version of the Disgaea games.
Oh yeah, for sure. I remember Final Fantasy Anthology came with such a great CD. I mean, that was one of the first video game CDs I owned, maybe the first actually, and it had like selections from Final Fantasy 5 and 6. And
how long ago did you start collecting roughly CDs?
I don't know, probably when I was in high school, like with the Final Fantasy stuff. Like I just thought it was so cool that you could get that stuff on CD, because like back then, I don't know, it was hard to like listen to that stuff on the internet. Like I used to go on like MIDI sites and stuff where people recreated them in MIDI format, but yeah, when I learned like, oh yeah, you can get this stuff on CD and it's like the actual music, I was like, oh, I gotta have that. So I don't know, I guess around high school is when I started.
Do you have any idea, like one of the earlier ones you can remember from that? Or you did say the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy anthology.
Right.
I started with like Final Fantasy stuff. I think I have Final Fantasy 7. It's probably the first like CD set I bought.
Okay. On that similar note,
Pico,
what was your first video game vinyl?
Oh, you want me to like get into that? I guess.
Yeah, sure. We can go back into whatever. Yeah, but
I mean, I guess we all need to do that, right? For this.
We can.
For this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you want me to go first.
Sure. Oh my
Tell
God!
us about it.
Fell off the ledge.
Yeah, let's hear it, Frank.
Okay, so I think it was like early 2015. I'm a really big fan of the Mother franchise.
Yeah.
And I used to frequent the biggest like Mother Earthbound fan site was or is starmen.net. So I used to frequent starmen.net a lot, and I saw the when Ship to Shore was doing the Kickstarter, I think it was Kickstarter for the Mother and Mother 2 vinyl.
I came across that recently and I didn't know it was a Kickstarter to begin with because of how many times
I did the Mother Kickstarter. You got the white edition, Frank, of Mother 1?
Yeah, I got. Well, I was gonna mention that. Yeah, like I was. So I had been buying vinyl before. Like I didn't start with that. Like I did own some stuff on vinyl, but I wasn't really into it, like super into it, and I wasn't really like I don't think I owned any colored vinyl. I think everything I owned was black. So when I looked at the colors that they were offering for the Mother stuff, I was like, these look really tacky and stupid. That was like really my first thought. I was like, this doesn't go with the cover at all. Like I don't really like how these look. So for Mother 2, I got just plain black, and for Mother 1, I got white because I thought, white is fine. But
yeah, that was the Kickstarter one, the white one.
Yeah,
I didn't get the Mother. I got the Mother 2 though. I got the NES, like the blue-yellow split, and then the pink one as well.
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, I think they look cool, but like at the time, it's like
it caught you off guard.
Like, put off by it. I don't know. I thought it just looked kind of tacky to me, but I'm so used to it now.
I'm curious. I doubt anyone actually knows the answer to this question, but like, so Mother 1, Mother 2 got legit presses, and like, even though Mother 3 is not available in the US, they still licensed Mother 1 and 2, right? I wonder if there's something stopping them from trying to license Mother 3.
Well, so Mother and Mother 2 were actually like so they're based on CDs that were put out in the 90s. And they were put out by Sony. Oddly enough, actually, there are some other Nintendo soundtracks that were put out under Sony's label on CD, like Super Metroid is one, and Stunt Race FX is one, and there's a couple of other ones. But there was some kind of like, I don't know the details, but there was some kind of loophole where like they didn't have to go through Nintendo to get the permission to put the Mother and Mother 2 on vinyl. Like, as long as they replicated like, you know, the exact content that was on the CDs, like as far as the artwork, as far as the music and whatever.
So they couldn't like hardware source it or something like that. They'd have to take it from that original CD.
It has to be like one for one, basically.
Yeah, it had to be exactly the same, as far as I understand. Yeah.
Okay, and that makes sense. Like that seems like another one of those like laws that get like that you can't get mechanical rights for something unless there's actually a CD of that audio file in the U.S. But I was thinking,
yeah, I don't know the details on that stuff, honestly. I know there's other people in the scene who know way more about that than me, but yeah, as far as I understand, if it has a CD release in the US, it's easier
right
to get a mechanical licensing, but obviously you can it doesn't have to be like that, because I mean there's things like Materia, like they put out like near like cover albums and stuff, and like that never got released in the US on CD.
I don't know that. Yeah.
But yeah, so with the Mother and Mother 2, like I knew exactly what those albums were like before I got them on vinyl, and it was funny to me how many people bought that not knowing, like
right. It's a lot of just sung songs and not video game music.
Yeah, and I remember people were so disappointed. They're like, I thought this was going to be the Famicom music, which is still on there.
That's side D.
Yeah.
You got it.
And then I think in the early 2000s, I want to say like 2003 or something, they reprinted in Japan. They reprinted the Mother 1 soundtrack on CD, and that World of Mother thing, that like medley, they extended it by like 10 minutes. So you get a lot more of the Famicom music on that. And when they redid the vinyl in Japan, like I think last year, they used that extended version from the CD. So the Japanese pressing of Mother 1 is actually way better than the Ship to Shore one.
Oh wow!
I don't know how many people know that.
I didn't realize it got redone.
Yeah, they did it on Clear.
Was it different labels too?
Well, the one in Japan I think is just put out by Sony, like just how how the CD was.
Yeah, I was interested in that one. It came out, right?
Yeah, it came out last year, and they put out Mother 2 as well on clear vinyl, like a Japanese pressing of it. I don't have that one, but I imagine it's the same thing.
Right.
But yeah, those were the first ones I got. In Mother and Mother 2, and I think like Axiom Verge, which I think was a really early one.
Right, because there wasn't a huge market for that going on back then.
I mean, it was just exploding, I think, like because right after I found out about that Kickstarter thing is when I discovered, shout out Anthony TRP's YouTube channel. I came across like Brave Waves Street Fighter, I think, on his channel, and then I started looking and like seeing what else he uploaded, and I was like, oh, this is like a thing, like
I think it's funny that so many people look at your stuff and then go to Anthony's YouTube channel and they see that and they're like, oh, you can actually listen to this, you can find this, and he kind of helps you, being like, there's a community you can join in his comments.
It's
Anthony
a pipeline.
Was the OG, like this is the first thing you see when you look up this stuff. Like it used to be the other way around. Like his channel was always the first thing people would come across. And I'm sure it still is.
I think so too. And he's been uploading so much more lately, and I'm sure that's doing a lot.
Yeah, he was on hiatus for a while, but
Yeah,
I'm so glad that he's uploading again, and
me
like
too.
I think more frequent than before too.
Yeah.
I'm sure his backlog is crazy. I mean, I'm sure your backlog is crazy on your Insta pictures, but I'm sure his final backlog, holy shit.
Yeah, and obviously he has to put a lot more work into that. Like I don't even just like edit all the titles and all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, and he does such a good job with like putting up what songs playing and when, and he just does
Yeah.
such a he kills it.
Yeah, so I mean, I give him so much credit for getting me into the scene on because I mean, if it weren't for him, I might have just had like Mother 2 right now, and like that's it. I got for all I
That's
know,
so
I don't
weird.
know.
That's so weird to think about.
But yeah, that's it. I mean, I remember like the I am 8-bit ones, like Battletoads and Banjo
Yeah.
Kazooie, early ones I got too.
And on the other end of the spectrum, what's the latest video game record that you can talk about that you've gotten?
Not
I
redacted.
just got the Ocarina Volume 3. I
Yeah.
got that.
Those are so beautiful.
Yeah.
Volume 3, the variants turned out really good.
Oh,
They look
yeah.
so good on those ones. Some of my favorite boot variants.
They're all
I'm really
so
excited
good.
for like people to make slip covers for all of the releases of that. That's gonna be cool. All the different ones that come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Destroyed it with.
I actually like that whole thing now where people are making custom covers for their releases.
Yeah.
I think that shit is super cool. Mega Man X was a really cool one.
That's the best one, I would say.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that one. Or I don't know
Yeah.
which one you're talking
The
about
Final Fantasies are
specifically,
nice
but
too.
yeah.
So many.
I
Of
just
those
like
Mega
having
Man X.
sleeves for those.
I'm really weird. Like those custom sleeves are really cool, but I didn't buy them. I was like, I just keep them in the regular ones. I don't know. I
People
kind
were
of
tripping me up with the
weirdly
plastic.
kind of like how they look in there. I mean, I put them in the MoFi sleeves, but I do keep them in that original packaging.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think me and Pico had a similar start with Vinyl Collective being in our first introduction to Moonshake.
Yeah,
I started in the old forums where he started. I remember getting in the
newsletter. I was not around for that.
That is interesting.
I ended up buying Mega Man from him. I was around for Zelda, Castlevania, and then I was like, someone needs to do Earthbound. Like, I'm gonna fucking do Earthbound. Like, dreaming of boots. Like before only Moonshake was around, and then STS was like, yo, we're doing that Kickstarter. I immediately jumped on it, and that was like my explosion. My buddy Mouse actually got into the Facebook group and he was like begging me to get into it for like a whole year. He's like, dude, you got to join this group. Like it's blowing up. Like this is where all the VGM vinyl is. And I'm like, nah, I hate Facebook. I'm not joining that group.
I had similar. I did not want to use.
He sent me screenshots of some racist dude powing off in there. And I was like, hell yeah.
Like, I gotta get in there
right now. And that was my intro to the scene.
I missed Mega Man somehow. I think I didn't. I mean, obviously, no one really understood yet the boot scene and like what it was going to turn into. So I just didn't. Mega Man didn't process to me as a thing I needed to buy for Moonshake. But of course, I bought Zelda, and then everything since then from them. But yeah,
I wish I got in on it that early.
Vinyl Collective was Wild West back then too. The threads were going so crazy about the bootleg scene that they had to ban bootlegs from Vinyl Collective because everyone was just like losing their mind and getting pissed off that there was boots being made, and
that's sort of how this
like
Discord came about.
The original doxes, the original anti-booters, all that shit.
Yeah, there's so much doxing going on there.
Oh my god.
I think my first official release was Hotline Miami 2 though. That was the first
nice.
I am 8-bit, right? think that was the first thing we did.
It wasn't. I don't think it was their first, but it was
Tron.
maybe,
Tron was their first. That one. That
Their
Tron
first were
Evolution.
Banjo-Kazooie, Perfect Dark, and Battletoads. Those was 8-Bit's first video games.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they had that Tron thing first.
That was
but
that was like 5 years before, I think.
Oh wow.
That was way longer before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hotline Miami 2 is so good though. That release is so good.
Hotline 2 was technically 8-bit 001, but I think they all kind of came out around the same time.
Yeah.
I bought like 3 of those for some reason. I sold them all for like $60, like way back then. And I was like, sweet, I made $20 off this. I was like,
big money from Hotline. How much is that
fucking
going
scalper,
for now?
damn it.
I know.
400, 300. Jeez.
Oh, don't remind me.
I never joined vinyl collectors or anything. Like I collected records just because I'd go to shows a lot and like just go to punk shows and like travel to see friends in like Bloomington and Cincinnati and Kentucky. There was just like a lot of different shows going on there, and one of the record stores I went into in like 2012 or 13, Landlock Records in Bloomington, Indiana. That's where RS Apothecary is based out of, and so I saw that they had like video game tapes there. And
Oh my god!
That was the first active collecting,
yeah.
like Zelda 1 and 2 and Mega Man 2 and DuckTales and what is it? Like Mad Max. Like some of these tapes, like Mad Max and Back to the Future, were literally like 2 minutes long, but they were still selling them for like $5 or $6 a piece. So it wasn't that
they made
big
an
an investment.
Excite Bike one.
Yeah,
The Excite Bike's like 30 seconds.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Pop it in, and by the time you're sitting down, it's over.
I love when a tape costs more than like $10. It's like, what are you trying to pull here?
Well, that label is known for being like super weird, right? Like,
I love that label. Like they have records where like one of their big acts is called Unholy Triforce. They put out a lot of weird stuff like micro cassettes buried in like a mason jar with like animal bones and stuff like that, and like records that will deteriorate when you play them, or do the inverse, like they will destroy your needle when you play them. And it's
That's
just
awesome. I love that.
So, like I talked to the guy a few times, and he was just like, he likes the fact of like not keeping something pristine, like actually having to do work to listen to the record, like even like assembling the tapes yourself. And I like that sort of philosophy. I don't like collecting things and just letting them sit in pristine condition, like get use out of them,
Yeah.
What about you two, Alex? Where was your start with collecting?
I would just go to the local record store, and then I don't know why I didn't even have a player, and then I saw a record for a band my girlfriend loved, and I was like, well, and it wasn't like a huge band, so I bought it, and that got me into record collecting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like the newest guy in the scene, and it was like 2018, and I check out Fangamer and saw the Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows.
Oh yeah.
And I picked that up, and that's how I started. And I didn't join the Facebook until a year later. Didn't post on it, but I saw Moonshake, like the Moonshake links, and I got a Metal Gear Solid and Sonic.
Nice. Yeah, those ones when they were advertised, like they didn't even say what you were buying. There was just a mystery buy. So, did you have any idea that, or was because in the mailing list he hinted at, he said it was going to be a PlayStation game and a Genesis game, and that was all
I remember that. And there
Yeah.
was like talks on either some weird small Discord that I was in, and one of the Reddits was talking about it. That's how I was in every social media that didn't matter in the scene.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
what happened to me too. But go ahead.
It made me lag behind a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I lag behind too. I found Moonshake Greatest Hits Volume 1 in a record store in Cincinnati. Had no idea what it was. Just the Andy Warhol cover, and there's no information on it. So imagine seeing that and just like, okay, there's a Power Glove, and I forget what the reverse side is. Was it the Zapper on the reverse side?
Sounds right.
I think the Zapper's on Volume 2. I can never remember.
Two.
I think Rob and the Zapper are on 1, and then the Power Glove, and I think just the console itself, maybe on the first one.
One of the sides is a console.
Yeah, but I saw that and I was like, it was like $25, and I was like, that's too much money, and I walked out.
So walked many times. There's just things early on where you're like, that's too much. I could never pay that much for a record, and now you're like, oh, is it only $75 for one record?
Yeah,
awesome.
I felt that way. I felt that way about $20 records in my life. Right. And I'm just like, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, exactly.
But then, I went back and got it. And then I kind of looked up Moonshake and saw like there's I looked them up a few months later, and there's a Joystick article. I think it was Joystick about Pokemon being pressed on vinyl, and like they really made it
Turntable Labs actually sold it.
Yeah. And so that was my start on it.
Okay.
I think it may have been Kotaku Australia that posted that article about Pokemon. Oddly enough,
I tried Googling it again, but I couldn't find anything, so I just assumed it was Joystick because they're gone now.
Oh, this is a dirty question from chat. What's the most y'all have spent on a single record?
I don't like that.
Oh shit!
Too much is probably the answer for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too many monies. Watch my YouTube.
The most I spent on a record was I would say the record is a discography for his metal band Me and Him Call It Us. It's like an edition of 30 variant, and that was a lot, but I won't say the number.
No number. Yeah, no numbers. No numbers. Mine was Persona 4.
Was it Essential or Deluxe Edition? Oh, Persona 4, not 5.
Just 4.
Yeah.
That was just the one disc version, right? Like that. I don't keep up with the Persona releases, so forgive me.
I reached out to Frank about that one. I'm remembering now.
What was it? Persona 4?
Yeah, I messaged you being like, can I talk about having this? And you're like, yeah, you're fine.
I don't remember that.
It was probably December. It was a while ago now. And I'm sure you've gotten so many messages from people who feel like, hey, what do I do in this scene?
The one thing I wanted to mention, just to go briefly off topic, but
no, please go ahead.
I remember there was an old Moonshake newsletter where he actually talks about wanting to do Sonic 3 with a Michael Jackson theme. Like as far as the jacket, it was like way old though, and I think like everyone forgot about it by the time he actually did it.
I actually remember a lot of his
all those
emails. Letters.
Yeah,
he talks about doing Earthbound too.
Oh.
Yeah, there's also technically a release like in the works or was in the works, like his last
technically.
Or whatever.
13 was supposed to be the last one, but we never got a 13.
Yeah, who knows? He's got a bar now, so I'm sure he's out of this shit.
Yeah.
Too much drama for his ass.
I like the pictures of the Moonshake records and the crane game machine at his bar though.
With all the dildos.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the dildos. Very tasteful. I like it.
Wait, does the sponsor say? Can we say dildo?
Duncan Donald.
Duncan Donald.
It's not North Sound.
It might be our next one if we're good.
Duncan Donald said it's okay.
The most I've spent on a single record, I mean, I guess I'll say it, was $300 for the Legend of Zelda. Not the Moonshake one, the 12-inch split with Castle Mursame.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Easy one.
I
That's
would
like the-
love that release.
That's a cool one. That's not so bad.
No.
It's fucked up. I can say $300 not that
I
bad,
know, but
which is like total brain rot. It's absolutely terrible. You
That's-
should never do
That's so
that.
fucked. This hobby has ruined us.
We know some people that spent $1,500 on a record.
This is
I don't.
really
I could
untrue.
never do that.
No.
I would simply be there when it was released, so I don't have to spend all that money.
My house has no AC, and I'm convinced like all my vinyl's gonna warp.
Oh no.
I'm just
Like
like so
No,
paranoid about it.
only in direct sunlight.
Yeah, you need
Direct sunlight, no ambient heating.
They're all by the window.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe that is direct sunlight. It's like right under the window. I keep my AC on all day because of that. It's like 110 where I live, and I'm constantly afraid of my shit getting melted. What about you,
Everyone should
Pico?
invest in, like, a flattener.
What's your
My most expensive record?
yeah, your stupid purchase?
I'm lame. I've only spent like I think like $90. I really wanted Mondo Studio Ghibli
That means
on
you're
eBay.
smart.
Yeah, and it was going for like $180, and like the person had all the variants up, and both variants were up for $180, and then the most expensive variant, the SDCC one, was
Japanese
only up
one.
for $80. And I was like, that's a mistake. This dude's a fucking idiot. He
Yeah, I'm taking
accidentally
it.
didn't type the one in. I was like, I bought it immediately, and then he tried not sending it, and I opened up a claim with eBay, and then he had to send it to me.
No.
That's another one of those records I had every variant of, and I just sold them all for like no money. And maybe to you, who knows? So I may be the person who sold that to you. Just heartbreaking.
Really funny.
I looked like a couple months ago because I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I had those, and then I looked at the Discogs history and I was like, fuck, I'm probably not gonna own those ever again.
I really like the compilation of songs they chose for that album.
Yeah, it was a good one.
There's another good question. What record do you regret buying due to FOMO?
Ooh.
All the SSRs.
Every
The
one
original
of them.
trilogy.
Never bought an SSR. So that's my.
I cannot say that. Thank you, Super Princess Peach.
Let me think. FOMO record. There's like that I don't care about. Why don't you put some thought into that?
I'm trying to think.
Just gonna look on my Discogs, see if there's anything that
What did I mess
jogs
up
the
on?
memory.
Honestly, I'm pretty happy about where my collection's been at. There's nothing I feel like I like,
Definitely early
like,
on, I was
jumped the
buying
gun on.
stupid stuff, but I was in the vaporwave scene, and so I was buying stupid stuff over there, and I kind of learned, don't buy stupid shit there. There's the person who asked that
I have
question.
a problem. I just buy everything. That's my issue.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I don't really regret it though. I think it's a nice keepsake, if nothing else.
I bought like some materia stuff, and I'm just, but that was for $5, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
I did the poke and chill for $5 too. I was like, fuck it.
I've not got any of those.
Same. I got them for $5 or whatever they were, and I don't even know if that was a good idea.
Right?
I really don't like this album.
They take up.
I mean, I like
space.
Pokemon and I like chilling, so like,
It would
guess.
follow.
I remember listening to Pokemon and Chill and Mario and Chill specifically, and just being like, these did not
The
vibe with
Mario
me at
one
all.
is so bad.
Yeah.
I hate the Mario one.
Someone was
Art is
supposed to
trash
send-
too.
Someone was supposed to send me Poke and Chill with a trade they made me, just as like a little like kicker, and they never did. And it's just dawning upon me right now that that's why I don't have it. I'll have to follow up with them after the podcast. Get there,
I
and
remember. It's a very obvious one. I regret. So I can't remember what I heard it from, but I remember hearing that the first press of Undertale had some like audio issues. I don't remember hearing them as I listened to them, but I swear someone was talking about
Oh yeah,
Like
I could tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
On the first pressing, the track, I think it's Winters. It's missing like the first 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh.
Okay,
The
but they
best song.
rectified it in that repress they did.
The Japanese repress fixes it,
But
and then
not
obviously the Fangamer one it's also fixed.
okay. But I guess my regret was buying the IM 8-bit repress like right before Toby Fox announced
Oh yeah, the
announced
box
the
set.
collaboration with Fangamer. Yeah.
Mm.
So that repress they did before they lost the rights, I guess it still didn't fix it because I didn't even listen to it because I was so pissed that hearing about Fangamer, a month later having it.
Materia Collective actually owns the Undertale music rights, believe it
Right.
or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look on the Fangamer release, it'll say like copyright Materia or whatever on it.
That's right. I remember getting the download
A
code
lot of
from
Celeste is
Materia.
on there too. I mean, that
A
was
lot of
part
what?
of a big drama with the B-sides. So
Mhm.
God, really holding back some orgy jokes right now. You guys are talking about materia.
why? What did he do?
Oh damn.
There's a couple more
That's
questions.
for another episode.
Yeah.
How many of you, Metal Egg says, how many of you actually play an entire box set when you get one? I tend to just skip to my favorite tracks.
I'm front to back person with records.
Yeah.
Same.
Always.
Yeah, me
Always
too.
front to back.
I at least try
That's
to
why-
make the effort with the box sets.
I don't open my vinyl, so
Right.
Yeah,
I wanna sell them mint in box.
on a shelf
Do you at
somewhere.
least look at it from front to
Yeah.
back, or just a quick look?
no, I don't even want to know if there's defects at all, so I could sell it so it like maintains its value.
Right.
Like new, never played.
Exactly.
Not by the sun. No direct
Mint
Mint in
box
box,
sets,
not liable.
non-smoking home.
And no returns.
With box sets, though, like sometimes it takes me like 3-4 days to get through the entire thing. Like that's happened with Mega Man X. I was just like as much as I liked listening to it, I had to take some breaks in between. But
That's like I feel
was
like
an
that's not
over.
even meant to be listened to all at once.
Yeah.
no,
I think my brain would be fried after that.
Military plays when you're in a holdout. It's a hostage situation. You're pulling out the Mega Man X 10 disc box set.
yeah, for real.
This is kind of info I steal from the government.
Someone has to. So Jorneth asks, what's one of your most wanted records at the moment? Do you see what Pico's playing right now?
I'm just killing these bats to like fill up my subs.
Right, Mega Man X.
Oh, my most sought off record I think I'm on right now is Doki Doki Lit Club. That shit skyrocketed in price,
I
and I want it.
know.
Anybody, if you're listening to this on this podcast,
This is an
and you want to
ISO.
throw me Doki Doki, I got an OnlyFans, I got some nudes. Let's work it out.
Free subs.
I'm really interested in that release because it was done by a guy Dan Salvato. It was really big in the the TAS and speedrunning melee scene. He plays this Link, which is, if anyone knows melee, is a very low tier character in the game. So classic low tier hero, really cool guy, and yeah, I just found out recently that he was the one who did Doki Doki, which totally I assumed it had to be the wrong person, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
I want to
Pretty
interrupt
cool,
real quick.
Yeah.
Channel 3 Records just followed us, so that's we're kind of hot shit now.
Yeah,
That's true.
Please do not
Yes.
unfollow.
Tassing a Super Smash Brothers seems like a kind of a challenge.
Like lots of break the targets and event modes, but also just like showcases of like tech skill, human achievable tech skill, which is if you're a speedrunning nerd, I'm sure you can see the appeal of that.
Yeah, of course. Frank, do you have any most ISO releases?
I'm
Yeah,
just
hit us with your
enjoying
ISO
the
list.
art of the art of painting theme right now, or joy of painting. Sorry.
Looking for that Jazz Loon record.
No, I mean, it's Super Mario Brothers 3, the original Japanese pressing, for
That's the
sure.
one I was
Oh,
gonna say
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That release is so pretty too. What a great jacket on that one.
And then I guess, like, I don't know, I don't have Final Fantasy vinyls. I guess I don't even want that much, to be honest.
But it's just like I want it, but I don't need it. Who just Eric. Okay.
I
He
would
said he
love
might
to
have
have it, but yeah, I can't justify like
What's it
For what
going
it
for
is.
right now?
a lot.
Well, yeah.
Over $1,000, like around.
Oh
I think
my
like $1,000
God.
to $1,300 is
thought
what
the
that
last
thing
one
goes for.
the last one I saw was like 8. I thought.
I guess that kind of leads into a question because, like, I kind of, for my own sanity, check out of Persona and Final Fantasy releases. Are there any
So
releases
smart.
that you all just like even if you like the games well enough, you're just not going to collect them because it's so daunting, or whatever?
Yeah. I don't have any of the Tekken releases. I
Mhm.
really like the Tekken music, but I just never felt like buying those.
Well, you'd be
That's
waiting on how
yeah.
many right now?
Yeah, that's true too. But like, I don't
Tekken
know,
music-
that music. I have like the CDs for Tekken, and I just like, I don't know. I have the CDs. I'm good. I don't know. For some reason, Tekken's not something I really want on vinyl. For whatever reason, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite game music that I don't own. I love the Tekken music.
I'll get Tekken 7 if they do it, but that'd be it for me.
The Tekken Tag. is
Tag's my
great,
favorite.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their Tekken 3
And I skip on it. I don't know
release
why.
too.
Why are we all skipping on Tekken? Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Tekken, you're doing something wrong, bro.
How many have
Because
they done now? There's like 6 of them or
They're up
something.
to I think they're up to 6.
Yeah, I've none of them. They've also done the tags, haven't they? They did tag.
They
They
did
did the
one.
first tag. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane. Yeah, I don't know how I haven't. Every time I look at them, I'm like, damn, that's cool. And then I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't
the
want to buy
same.
6 different records. I'm like, that's too
And
much.
their Tekken 3 release has the arcade version and the PlayStation version on there, which are very different soundtracks.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
So I guess if I were to buy one of them, I'd probably buy Tekken 3 first.
This question has devolved into which Tekken record would you buy?
Yeah, I would do Tekken Tag. That was the one I grew up on. That's kind of the game that got me into fighting games, or 2D fighters anyway.
It was like one of the best
Pseudo
PS2
2D.
games, early PS2 games.
I just
missed
remember
out
the
on
bowling
Tekken.
minigame too. All the Tekken minigames were legendary.
I was more into Soul Calibur, so I missed out until later when I started playing those.
Was there a Tekken Racing, or am I thinking of Mortal Kombat? I think
Is there Mortal Kombat racing?
Yeah.
No, there's it's like a Easter egg in one of the games. It's like a kart race.
It was
Mortal
Armageddon, I
Kombat.
think.
Okay, so kind of
makes
like
sense.
the snake skateboarding.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's only on the Xbox version, or something.
No, maybe. Yeah,
John
it might be
says Mortal
substance
Kombat
only.
Racing sucked ass.
Yeah, it was just a like I think it was Mortal Kombat Armageddon that had it in it. They had lots of little shitty mini games that were kind of cute, with, like big head mode and everything. Classic Midway.
Someone asked Frank, did Mother 3 make you cry? What kind of question is it?
Did Mother 3 make me cry?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe.
I cried.
I mean, yeah, I definitely felt things. I don't know if I
There was
cried,
emotions.
It's just pixels. I wouldn't cry over it probably.
Honestly, I cried all the time, so I can't even really tell.
Mortal Kombat Racing made me
I'm probably
cry.
crying just because Mortal Kombat Racing.
Mother 2 or Earthbound. I don't want to say it makes me cry, but it makes me like, oh man, this is so good. And
Yeah.
like, like that kind of cry. Like
Yeah.
I'm crying because I can't believe how good it is. Like that sort of thing.
Like when you
Superman
played through that
64
game.
makes me cry.
Which one?
Superman 64 made me cry.
Those loops.
I'm not gonna lie, in CT, when all the robots beat up the robot, that shit is like gut-wrenching. That's like such an intense scene for 16-bit games.
It says a lot about society.
I think Pico and I are very similar. It's just like anything emotional happens in a game, and we're just like, I gotta cry now.
I cry. My girlfriend's always like, when we're watching shows, she's always like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "No."
No, but yeah.
I'm a
Leave me
baby
alone.
when it comes to media. Media makes me weep, whatever it is. Movies,
Yeah.
TV, video games, it's a waterworks for me always.
Probably the weirdest movie I ever cried to was I saw the terrible live-action Speed Racer on mushrooms.
That movie rules. That movie rules. Love
Dude,
that movie.
I was like bawling my eyes out, and then at the end when he wins and I'm on mushrooms, I was peaking. It was like the best thing ever. I was like, I'm the demographic for this fucking movie. Me on mushrooms.
To me specifically in this moment.
There's like a crackhead lady outside my door waving at me. Does she want to talk to me?
Waving at you.
Got her on the pod.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, guest on the podcast.
I'm gonna do this on the podcast.
Ask her, was she there for Mega Man 2?
Hi, can I help you? I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Have a good night,
question. I have a question.
What,
Yeah,
what-
go for it.
What was everyone's first non-video game vinyl that you purchased?
That's
I know.
That's a
Off
good
the top of my
question.
head. Mine, I believe, was Little B's Rain in England, which I think is his only vinyl record release. I'm pretty
Oh
sure
my
that's
God.
my first.
Wow.
I inherited a lot of records from my dad, but I think the first one I actually bought with my own money was the XX self-titled.
Believable.
I fucking love that
Cool.
album.
Mine was the record I talked about earlier was from the band called The Deer Hunter, The Color Spectrum,
It's a
and
great-
that's what
great
got me
album.
into the whole scene.
I bought when I was like 15. It was a songwriter from Omaha, Nebraska called Simon Joyner. He had a EP called Songs for the New Year, and I bought that like 5 years before I even had a record player. I was just like, I liked him because I downloaded some of his stuff from Soulseek, and then I saw him in a record store. I was like, I've never seen this guy anywhere else, and so I was like, that is what got me started.
What about you, Frank?
The BC Boys Check Your Head. That was the first vinyl record I bought.
Tasteful.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's not embarrassing at all. I wish my first vinyl record was like Big Willie style by Will Smith.
What,
So I
was
was
that
really
even-
embarrassed when I
that
told
released on
everybody.
vinyl?
That was my first CD, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's literally
Oh,
my first CD ever.
Everyone's
My
going
first
through
CD
college
was
right now.
Simpsons Sing the Blues was my first CD.
Oh,
Dude, I had songs in the key of Springfield.
yep.
Mine
yeah,
was
I
a
have
Flaming
Weird Al
Moe's. I used to
CD.
sing that shit all the time.
I think Running with Scissors was like one of my first CDs.
Oh yeah. A Bad Hair Day was an early one for me.
Yeah.
The fucking
Um,
CDs that kids buy. I remember I stole my dad's
There's
Prince,
early
Purple
ones.
Rain, and Darling Nikki is just way too inappropriate for tiny kids. I should have never been listening to that.
I think my first CD was Space Ghost Coast to Coast, the musical Barbecue.
I fucking
Oh
rocks.
hell yeah! What about
rocks so
what was
hard.
the other one? What was the other one?
It was the surf. It was like Surf and Turf or something like
Surf
that.
and Turf. Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely had those.
That's so great.
Rhino Kids.
Yeah.
I still have them. They're somewhere. I love Space Ghost.
You know, honestly, how do I license Big Willie style? If I want to put that
Make this
out.
happen.
I saw a reaction. I think I'm onto something here.
Oh,
I'm gonna tweet his ass.
there's a lot of good ones in the chat. Astro Lounge by Smash Mouth, Hybrid Theory.
Oh yeah.
These make
Hybrid
sense.
Theory
I know a
is
lot of
definitely
people-
an early one for me.
Yeah.
Which one?
Hybrid
Alicia's
Theory,
Keys' first
Linkin
album.
Park.
Oh, okay,
When-
yeah.
When I was in like second grade, I would go to school with like my little like 60-person hippie school with burnt CDs,
Mhm.
and they'd have like Sublime and System of a Down and Gwen Stefani and fucking Beastie Boys and shit on them.
Yeah.
That was just like entirely inappropriate music for a second grader to be listening to in elementary school. I think that was my first foray into pirating music and distributing it amongst people.
Yeah.
Burning
I think-
CDs was just such a fun thing to do back then.
It was.
I think I
Oh,
downloaded.
for anybody
like-
watching the stream, oh, sorry. For anybody watching the stream, I'm smoking weed, so that's why I haven't done shit.
I think my
Okay,
first
can we see
foray
that?
into illegal downloading, I remember downloading like not really even sure who Iron Maiden was, but like I heard friends talk about them, so I was like, I'll download them on Napster, and I
Yeah.
also downloaded like yeah. Speaking of Linkin Park, like I saw that I downloaded that album as well because I didn't know how to rip to my computer just yet, and I saw that saw that they were a band named Hybrid Theory before they changed their name to Linkin Park, and so I thought I was underground getting all the proto Linkin Park stuff.
Well,
What
I didn't
about,
even have that lore.
What about Big Bird Smokes Crack
Yes.
by Adam Sandler?
Those would
Oh,
show
God.
up all the time when you'd search like Weird Al.
You're
all
straight
those
up
parody
unlocking like
things.
latent memories that I have right now
Yeah.
with those names of fucking Napster fucking files. I killed my computer.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'm
same.
amazing at IT because I murdered my computer with viruses.
There's a Twitter account. I think it's called Your Kazaa Library, and all they do is post that stuff, like those stupid like mislabeled
Yeah.
songs, misattributed songs, like misspelled. Like that's all they do is post. I don't know if that account's still active. But
I'm sure what's there will work in bringing back all those memories, because just this chat has brought back so much of those early Napster memories.
Those are all like my
The
sleeper
same, like,
cell
free porn
activation
vids.
phrases.
I remember a lot of like pop punk covers of just pop songs or rap songs got always attributed to Weird Al. And,
Oh
like,
yeah, and
There was
like
always this
with-
random band called
spelled
My
too.
Gay Uncle or something like that.
Like there's
Yeah,
a whole
all
section on
these,
his
like-
website.
all these vulgar
I wish my
like,
uncle was gay.
songs that he would never do.
Yeah.
Reminds me of there's the.
Legend of Zelda by System of a Down.
I was about to
Yeah,
say that.
that's
That's the same
classic.
thing. What was that band actually? It was like Rabbit Foot or something.
Yeah, Rabbit Foot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the next one I was gonna bring up. Tie it in.
So wait, that wasn't System of a Down? Fuck.
No.
You've been lied to.
Or
limbiscuit.mp3.exe.
Invader Zim does Dragon Ball Z,
Oh yeah. Ego
which
Raptor.
actually Ego Raptor.
Yeah. Oh man, this is awaking way too much.
Yeah,
memories that I
there's
forgot
something
about.
latent within me that is waking up and.
Oh, but this is a nice tie-in and back to our topic. I remember the first like video game covers I heard I downloaded from like Napster or SoulSeek. It was the heavy metal covers of like Grape Garden by Kirby, and from Kirby's Adventure by the band was Neskimos, and first heard Neskimos, and then I got into the Advantage, and then that kind of reawakened video game music as something entertaining to listen to in me.
One of my earlier things of that was the like more metal cover of Bloody Tears that's on like the side D of Symphony of the Night. I remember listening to that so much, just thinking this is so cool.
Actually, this goes back to Napster. I downloaded like the Chrono Trigger soundtrack. I think it was just labeled Chrono Trigger, but it was actually the Brink of Time album, like the jazz arrangement Chrono Trigger album. And I guess that was the first like video game cover music I heard, and I was like, this isn't the right song, but it's cool.
Yeah.
And that's like probably one of the best video game cover albums, honestly. So I guess it was a good one to hear first.
I downloaded Chrono Trigger and it ended up being Porno Trigger.
That's where I thought that was going.
You thought that was going?
That's in the chat. I'm not bringing on Jizloon onto the podcast. At least not yet.
Maybe
Twitch will ban you.
Yeah, Twitch won't like us. They'll
the
take away the
subscriber
sponsor.
only. That's the Patreon episode.
Yeah.
Jizloon.
Trenta, I'll pull you into the voice chat if you could tell us what Porno Trigger is, because I have no idea.
Is Trenta in the voice? He is. Let's bring him in real quick before.
Whoa,
we
now
end
the
it.
robot scene to Porno Trigger brings a whole different context.
Yeah, we love to see a little snuff action.
Hey, Trenta.
I'm just imagining that like famous picture of that girl on the couch with all the guys behind her, but it's robot from
But the
CT.
robot.
And it's all the robot that beat his ass.
Yo,
What's Porno Trigger? You're on the spot.
y'all really pulled me up for that.
Oh my, get out of here. God. If you take this seriously.
Well, we have hit the end of our illustrious intro and outro album.
Why am I crying when I see the cow?
Like, you gotta queue up Jazz Wolf now.
Hour 2 of the podcast. Let's go. Oh wait, Trenta says he'll tell us. Okay, real quick. All right, you're back on air.
And we're live.
It was a big ass haunted mansion.
Oh my god.
I dig it,
I'm
man.
sorry.
I don't get it, but I dig it.
No.
I'm so fucking sorry. Oh, Jazloon's over.
Yeah.
So I guess that's this week's podcast.
Yeah. Don't forget to follow Frank on Instagram. You've been a good guest.
He's
And
a
follow
one
me
and
on
trade fan.
follow me on DeviantArt and follow my Zanga.
This was the #1 video game vinyl podcast on Twitch
For this time period.
forever.
That's what's up. Follow me on Microsoft Zune.
Follow my dead journal.
Follow my Neopets. Give me some Neo
Oh.
coins.
Those motherfuckers are dead.
They are. That's why I need some money.
Make sure to sign the guest book.
Please. Oh, you'll add me on
anyone-
Webkins? Okay.
Thanks for inviting
Didn't
me.
even beat Mega Man.
Yeah,
thank
thank
you
you.
for
Thanks for
joining
coming
us.
out. This
Frank.
was a lot of fun.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait. I'm going to bring someone in real quick from chat. I told Jake
Sure.
I'd bring him in last week. So hit us with your last question, Jake. You're live on air. No pressure. Jake, you're muted. Jake.
Oh my! All right, I'm back. Okay.
What's
So the question: what is the weirdest record y'all own? I gotta know.
Ooh.
Shit,
think
that's actually a
PT
good question.
You could say
PT's up there.
the weirdest. You could do oddball. The most unique.
I'm in love
Trying
with
to think of
PT.
some weird ass
Very
vinyl.
much.
Yeah. That's what I
he's
need a little
just-
thinking.
I would say probably the Ron Popeil rotisserie barbecue lathe thing. That was Enjoy the Ride, their April Fool's thing. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about.
I've never heard of that.
Next post
I'm
on
gonna look it
Is it
up.
just
Instagram.
like
I know
his
it's
set it
not-
and
I-
forget commercial?
What's up?
Is it just like his set it and forget it commercial? Because
Yes, yeah, it's that on a lathe. It's
Oh
just
my
the whole
God.
it's
Oh
the
my
whole
God.
infomercial on Elite. They sold it like 3 years ago or something on April Fools.
Mhm.
So there's so many good April Fool's records.
Yeah.
Like that AOL one. I
Yeah.
think
Didn't
that
did
happened.
Yeah, I
Enjoy the
didn't
Ride
get
do
that
that one
one.
too?
Yes, they did. Yeah, I didn't get that one, but I guess
Yeah, that's cool.
I kind of regret it because it's funny.
Yeah. It's a novelty for sure. Is it? I guess mine would be the Pizza Time Resident Evil basement.
Oh,
Oh,
that
that's
one's
up
so
there.
good.
So
But that feels
Is there-
weird
is there-
because I helped on that.
is there
I-
any like I missed out on that entirely. I wasn't sure if was any rationale behind doing Pizza Time and backed
Memes.
with Resident Evil.
Just memes.
Just do terrible meme
Yeah.
songs.
I guess I'm not too familiar with the Resident Evil songs. So
You're missing
know.
out.
I didn't know
I'm
what's so
so-
terrible about that.
Wait a minute.
Take a listen.
I'm so glad to own that now because they put the director's cut Resident Evil soundtrack on CD, but they omitted that
They
basement.
left it
track.
out. Yeah,
So-
it's a crime they did that.
I actually have a podcast on vinyl. That might be one of the weirdest things I have.
Here's
Someone put this on vinyl.
No.
Oh god, this is so terrible.
Yeah, this is the basement theme.
It is a.
Pizza Time is the deep fried version. Yeah.
This is my ringtone.
Mr.
actually-
Z's.
Oh my god.
Very avant.
This is horrible.
If
Right.
I flip the pizza, Mr. Aziz is gonna flip out.
Oh. That was a good YouTube. Did everyone say their weirdest vinyl?
Yes, I guess. Well, there's a QI podcast called No Such Thing as a Fish, and they put out a podcast episode on vinyl, and I only listened to it the one time, so I don't know.
That is interesting. Was it a good podcast?
It was pretty nice, yeah. It's always
okay.
always enjoyable to listen to them every week, but it's like weekly things they learn about, like when researching for the show QI, and it's weird to have just a single artifact
Yeah.
of that.
Jake, what's yours?
So I used to own one that was like by Breakbot, and it was a vinyl record, but it was pressed on chocolate.
Mm.
Oh.
I don't. It's gone now.
Did it melt
and
or
I
did you
did-
eat it?
I did. I ate it. I didn't try to spin it.
That's a shame.
But
I
I,
feel
had
like
that at one
that's,
point in time.
That's a YouTube algorithm video I see all the
Yeah.
time, or used to see all the time.
Just like people eating records.
No, like there's a vinyl record made of chocolate. Like I used to see that video all the time.
The face
Or
and
like
everything.
what would a tree sound like on vinyl or something like that? I used to see that too all the time.
I have not seen that one, but I guess I'll be looking it up after this.
It's like they take the grain of the wood and like turn it into music or something like that. It's pretty cool actually.
Oh. Okay.
Seeing the video of the tortilla, someone spinning a tortilla.
That is a good one.
See, if I had a chocolate record, I would put like Moonshake labels on the center of it and freak people out. I'd chomp into it.
Well, thank
The
you
good
for your
old
question,
Maine
Jake.
prank.
Yeah, absolutely.
Much
Thanks for having me.
appreciated.
And I'm gonna go ahead and move you back. So that's gonna be the end of tonight, at least. Thank you again, Frank, for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you very much.
That was so
You're welcome.
insightful
Thank
and
you.
fun.
Thank
you
you.
for the questions from the viewers.
Yes, thank you all. I'm sorry I wasn't able to pull in more people, but we were able to get them from the chat. So thanks again, everyone, and good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you.